This is Amena Art, and today we are with Amena K, our lovely artist, and she's going to be talking about the Wings 1 or 2 painting. I cannot remember.
So hi, my name is Amena, and today I'll be telling you all about this painting, which clearly is Wings, and I'll go over the name and stuff correctly here in a second. This is my daughter Delphina, and she's going to be asking me questions today all about the artwork that we are viewing. So thank you for watching. Make sure you like and follow, and check out the rest of our videos in this series to learn all about every single one of them and their backstory.
Now I've thought about it a little bit, I think this one's actually the second one of the collection. Possibly.
I think it's one. This is one. This is one.
Okay,
the other
so
one's
this was the first one. Okay, so this is the first of the collection. What is its proper name, though?
So this one's called Rise.
So this is Rise. We refer to it as Wings usually when we're just around the shop.
When we're talking about it, it's Wings 1 and Wings 2, because we have actually 2 in this collection.
So this was a collection 2. This one is Wings 1. Would you like to tell us a little bit about this one in particular?
Yeah, sure. So let's start with the name. So the actual name of it is called Protection. And, Rise. We were just talking about the other one. This one's called Rise. And it's kind of, I think, you could probably feel it out why I chose Rise is because the wings are up. It's rising up. It's rising. So I made this piece to kind of emulate the season in a way. We were going through winter. It's very heavily, predominant around winter time to think of the holidays. If you're maybe in Christianity or a more religious person, you might think of like angels around that time of year. A lot of symbolism around angels, especially if we're talking about like tree toppers and stuff. So a lot of the thought process around this piece was to kind of like draw in the seasonal elements, even though it's not a seasonal piece. It's just one of those things that was really calling to be made. You know, sometimes when you're an artist, you get these downloads or it's calls to make something. And this is one of the ones that I got called to make. Like, I've done Wings paintings before, but this one just wanted to be something a little bit different with the wings raising up and more predominant, where it is just wings and there's no other elements, there's no other colors. We'll go over that here in a little bit. So really playing into this season around the time I made it, like I said, but it's not a seasonal piece. And with it raising up like that, really emulating like angels. So if you think of like any of my Wings paintings in this collection, the two pieces particularly, think of angels, because that's what I was referencing when I created these.
Which that is a beautiful reference there. So we kind of talked a little bit of why it's Wings. Obviously, it's referenced off of angels and Christmas. Now, do you want to describe a little bit of the stylization? Because this is kind of like a unique style for you.
How so?
So it's really detailed, but it's not like the background. So it's just wings. It's not like
I see. It is. Okay, I see what she's saying.
So it's kind of like a little bit of your old style mixed with a little bit of your new style.
I see what you're saying.
With the centerpiece, but it's super detailed, but plain background.
It is very plain background. Yes. So this is one of those pieces. I actually have 4 distinct styles, I've realized. So there's 4 distinct styles currently that I have, and maybe eventually there'll be more. I think I do play around with some other styles. I would say like I do Art Deco. I also do like I do some pop art, but mostly there's 4 styles that I stick to that I created over the years that I could actually own and say that I've made these. So yes, Delphina is right. It's more like a sticker. And that's intentional. That's intentional. So you'll see here the background is very plain. There's nothing around it that's really going to draw your attention or anything like that. The wings are the focal points. A lot of the reason why I chose that is because I didn't want you to be distracted. I didn't want you to be like, oh, and then there's this and that other thing. When you're doing something like this, especially so bold, to draw on your focal point to the whole thing, I had to keep the background very plain. Because if you imagine if there was any other like motion lines or anything, it would be too busy. So it needed to be super plain to actually focus on the strong points, which is the whole thing. Actually the whole thing. There's no particular points on here that you need to be focusing on. You need to be engulfed in this beautiful wings. So that's why there's no elements here that really draws your attention anywhere else. I do want to point out it's texturized. So even though there's no like actual like line work, there is texture. And the texture is just to give that, you know, like stucco when you go into those like older buildings, they have those layers of stucco, like they've been there for like years and they keep just like stuccoing over it and over it. I wanted to give it that stucco feeling. So it's got a stucco feeling background, like it's just been there forever. Even though clearly somebody's been updating the painting, they've been restoring it year after year after year, and that's why it's so vibrant. But yet you could see that there was something here before. So that's a stylized image, I guess, like that you could say that I don't normally do.
Very much so. It's quite unique to these two pieces just for this collection, which is fitting. Since this is not usually something I believe you usually would paint.
No, I mean, I have painted wings, but in a very different way. And mostly those are represented for birds. Those are all bird wings. This is angel wings, so totally different. Angel wings, you don't want to have the other stuff. It's outside of this realm. So with bird wings, you would see the flap, you would feel the motion. I think with angel wings, it's more ethereal. It's more, you know, it's kind of like outside of the 3D. It's like 5D. It's like other dimensional. There is no motion because it doesn't exist in this time frame. If you want to get really deep.
You want to get really,
if you want to get
deep,
really
but
deep.
Like angels. Yeah,
So yes, everything here has a meaning. You just had to ask.
Yes. Which I believe this is actually one of the few paintings that we do not have it on anything.
No, we have the book. So we have the book.
Oh, we have it on book. Yes. So
the
this
journals,
one
the hard
has
custom journals that we make.
Journal, and that is currently it at the time that we are recording this.
Definitely get yourself a journal. I love our journals. We custom made them. They're gorgeous. I
actually do have the journal.
Oh, you forgot.
One.
Yeah.
So that is silly that I forgot that.
Or was it? Did we have it in this one, or is it protection?
I'm pretty sure it's this one.
I think it's this one.
I'm pretty sure it's this one.
Okay.
So
yeah, I thought so. I think it's this
one. Is the one that has it. The other one does not.
No, the
at
other one
current
doesn't currently have anything at the
But
moment.
if you are interested in that, just send a little request on our site, and we will
make
see
arrangements.
what we can do.
Yeah.
But it is definitely a unique piece. It's lovely. It does actually still fit the style that you have already built up on. Is there any little things that you would like to add in?
No, not really. If we want to talk about my signature, it's very plain. It's just really just fitted with the angel wings. Not meant to stand out. Not meant to like be a statement in itself. I think the only other thing I do want to point out, actually, now that I look at it a little bit more, is I want to point out the actual like shading here, because that is intentional. It's something that I didn't mention, and I usually don't do this with a lot of pieces, but there's intentional shading here. Maybe Delphina can really notice it.
I can kind of slightly notice it because I think I remember you painting it, but I kind of see a little bit, but I would like to hear you mention it.
Okay, so you'll see that the highlights are at the top.
Yeah.
The highlights are at the top. You see how all this is lighter? It's because, again, it's ethereal. It's ethereal. So we got the darker like the real world, the grounding, the 3D, and then we got the ethereal world.
It kind of makes it pop out too, even though it's not actually like popping out. It's very lovely, honestly. And it's not like it's like reflectance off of anything, it just is.
It's just supposed to be. It's not supposed to be any more than it just is.
Yeah, that is perfect for this piece. So once again, thank you for watching. She is Amena, the artist of all our works. I am Delphina. We are with Amena Art, and if you want to see any of our products or any of our pieces, go to amenaart.com. Thank you for watching Amena Art on YouTube.
Take care, guys.